We at AutoVision have previously reported on several occasions on the impending termination of the much-beloved Kia Stinger. Since its introduction in 2017, the Kia Stinger instantaneously became the most exciting and attention-grabbing Korean car ever produced. However, its popularity didn't necessarily translate into sales, with only about 1,000 units sold per month since its introduction into the US market. Only after 5 years in production, the highly acclaimed Kia is slated to be discontinued after 2022. Ironically, the return of Stinger is becoming a hotly discussed subject, even as the current Stinger is still being sold throughout the world. However, forget about everything you may have heard about the return of the King, as our latest discovery will shock you in more than one way. In this episode, we will expose the details of the latest development in the Stinger conundrum, which will certainly be surprising to everyone. So, before we go on, we'd highly appreciate your support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell, if you haven't already. And please don't forget to like, comment, and vote on the question presented at the end of the video. Stinger was perhaps the first genuine effort on the part of the Korean brand to overcome its poor image as a builder of cheap cars, without much to speak about performance or style, and introduce a car that's actually desirable, being highly attractive and fun to drive at the same time. Two words that were not often associated when it came to Korean cars. Stinger was one of the first creations of Peter Schreier, of the original Audi TT fame, who has been hand-picked by the Hyundai Motor Group to create a new image for the stigmatized brand. Introduced in 2011, the GT concept was a phenomenal hit when it was unveiled, and became the basis for the brand's first-ever proprietary sports car, and foray into Kia's attempt at premium vehicles. Interestingly, the GT logo and its representation of Kia's vision of what a sporty car should be, still continue to this day, as the highest and the most sporty trim level of the Kia brand, sort of like what the N sub-brand is for Hyundai. We will reserve a discussion on the sub-brand for later. Way back then, while Kia didn't possess any experience in building premium cars, let alone sports cars, Hyundai on the other hand, already had its own line of premium vehicles that consisted of luxury sedans and coupes known as Equus and Genesis, which eventually became Hyundai's luxury brand in 2015. So, it was only natural that Kia piggybacked on Genesis in building its first sports car. Stinger was created utilizing the rear-wheel drive platform and powertrain of Genesis's first-ever luxury sports sedan G70, which has become Korea's first winner of the prestigious Motor Trend Car of the Year award. The Genesis G70 was a corner-carving compact luxury sports sedan that was designed to compete with the German benchmarks such as the BMW 3 Series and Mercedes-Benz C-Class. However, in contrast, Kia had a different interpretation. Kia opted to stay true to the vision of the original GT concept and packaged the same RWD platform and combination of turbocharged 4 cylinders and V6 that produced up to 365 horsepower, the most ever power on a Kia car, into creating a magnificent Grand Tourer, consistent with its namesake. Rather than being light and nimble tight-turning sports compact sedan, which was the Genesis G70, Kia Stinger was a larger and more substantial highway cruiser with fastback styling that was genuinely stunning by any standards, at any price. As mentioned before, this approach to sports car tuning seemed to have become the philosophy of the GT moniker and has transcended into products like the EV6 GT. Unlike the more aggressively tuned sibling Ioniq 5N, which is tuned for carving corners and tackling race tracks, the EV6 GT offers more composed and balanced ride characteristics, while maintaining the same technical specifications, just like the Stinger and the G70 relationship. Therefore, this somewhat more mature approach to sports car building is expected to be carried over when the Stinger does make its comeback. And perhaps not surprisingly, when it does make its return, the next generation Stinger won't come back as an internal combustion engine car. We have previously reported that if the Stinger returns, it will most likely be another sedan or a fastback, based on the Ioniq 6 electric sedan, with the EV8 as a possible official designation. However, the latest report suggests that the next Stinger will be nothing of the sort. In fact, it will be promoted to supercar status, with its technical origin stemming from none other than Hyundai's first attempt at a halo car, known as the N-Vision 74 concept, which has just been unveiled in July of 2022. This information might not be so surprising to those that are aware of the Vision FK concept of 2021 that preceded the N-Vision 74 concept, as the donor vehicle that provided the chassis for Hyundai's first hydrogen-powered sports car was in fact, Stinger. Just like the N-Vision 74 concept and the Vision FK concept, the next generation Stinger will be a hybrid of hydrogen fuel cell electric and battery-powered electric systems. The invention of this combination of multi-power sources is Hyundai's determination to proliferate hydrogen fuel cell technology in passenger vehicles, as Koreans are aware of the current situation where refueling hydrogen vehicle is next to impossible in most areas. So the new hydrogen and battery hybrid electric vehicles can be seen as a stopgap measure, until the hydrogen refueling stations become more readily available. This is similar in approach to the plug-in hybrid vehicles that exist to alleviate the concerns of the so-called range anxiety, as even EV recharging infrastructure is still in its infancy in many parts of the world. Just like the plug-in hybrid EVs, Hyundai's hydrogen and battery hybrid electric vehicles are plug-in, so that the battery can be recharged just like an EV. However, unlike the PHEVs, the hydrogen fuel cell, which is derived from Hyundai's own Nexo Hydrogen FCEV and produces up to 95 kilowatts, does not work in unison with the battery power electric system, but kicks in only after the battery is depleted to act as a range extender. All in all, the total range of the system, including the 62.4 kilowatt-hours battery, is 600 kilometers or 372 miles. The battery connected to the 800-volt charging architecture will charge in the standard eGMP time of just 18 minutes 10 to 80%, and the 4.2 kilogram hydrogen tank can be refilled within 5 minutes. At this moment, all of this doesn't sound all that impressive, and appears to be even somewhat overwrought and unnecessarily complex. However, it represents Hyundai's effort to experiment and develop the technology on cars that are not meant to be practical, but iconic to symbolize Korea's achievement in technology prowess and the brand recognition that the company has attained in such a short time since it first started building cars merely 50 years ago, selling the bottom of the barrel Econobox that no one gave any respect for. And no other car will represent such achievement better than the Stinger, perhaps the first Korean car that was actually respected even by the most discerning critics. And when the new Stinger resurfaces, it will truly be iconic, as it will take on the shape of a true supercar, even exceeding the breathtaking Envision 74 concept. As illustrated by the Jennings Auto Group out of the UK, the all-new Stinger is expected to take on the textbook supercar visuals, not unlike the Rimac electric supercars, which have contributed to the development of phenomenal technology. For the Vision FK and Envision 74 concept, Rimac supplied the running gears, including the dual motors that powered each of the rear wheels and the proprietary T-shaped battery platform that's designed to give the car rigidity and the low vehicle height necessary for a supercar. Rimac supplied power electric system produced 670 horsepower or 500 kilowatts, and 664 pound-feet or 900 newton-meters of torque, which is good for 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 4 seconds. However, when the production Stinger makes its return, the power is expected to nearly double, with the addition of the front-wheel driving motors, making it closer to the quad-motored Rimac Navira supercar cousin. The total output is expected to easily exceed 1,000 horsepower with the 0 to 60 miles per hour time in the 2 seconds range, making it a legitimate contender as the fastest production EV in the world. And if you think a 1,000 horsepower supercar with the Kia branding is a bit of stretch, no matter how far the brand has come, you are entirely right, as Kia's top echelon car is to be the first model, and a halo car for Kia's new luxury brand, similar to Hyundai's Genesis. We will have more details on this in our next episode. So, please stay tuned. For the end of the video question, do you believe that the Stinger coming back as a hydrogen supercar will actually help to increase awareness and proliferate the use of hydrogen for passenger cars, or do you think Stinger should come back as a sports car that anyone can purchase and enjoy? Please vote and share your views by clicking on the link in the comment section below or in the description. Thanks for watching AutoVision, your best source for the fastest Korean car news and rumors. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and click on the notification bell, so as not to miss any of our new videos. It would help the channel greatly if you could view our videos as soon as they are uploaded, and watch them all the way until the end, which would help to reach more people. Also, to support our channel even further, please consider donating or joining our membership, and enjoy the exclusive content and previews of the upcoming episodes. Finally, don't forget to join our forum and share your passion for Korean cars at KoreanCarNews.com. See you next time with the latest Korean car news.